Evening people, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we've got the special one-off event. We've got Racing Rivals versus P1RC tonight. 2 races, 2 tracks, 2 cars, 1 ultimate team winner. So we have got Spa and Suzuka circuit tonight. 2 different cars. We've got the Lexus and the Audi racing, GR2 and GR3 formats. So yes, should make for some good racing. So 2 30-minute races for you guys. We've got a 10-minute quali prior to that, and then we jump into, like I say, 2 races, a reverse grid for second race with false start as well. So it's a 7v7. Lewis, evening mate, how you doing? It's a 7v7 tonight. So we are expecting 15 drivers in the lobby. 15 being me, obviously. I can only see 14 currently. So we also are still in a practice session. We're not actually jumped into the qualifying yet, so let's just have a quick flick through, see who's in the room. P1 Dylan, so let me just try and figure out, because most of the P1 boys, stop it PlayStation, have changed their gamer tags to add in the P1 logo. So we've got P1 Dylan, right, obviously racing for P1. Myself, the commentator, Speed Freak Racing for Racing Rivals, Falcon for Racing Rivals as well, Smithy Jr. Racing Rivals, Myers Roads, Racing Rivals, D Roberts Racing Rivals, P1 Gamer Dad is for P1, Luke Doherty is P1, Rowell is P1, Don is P1, Reg GT is P1, Scary Biker is Racing Rivals, and P1 Valium is obviously P1. Not too sure which driver we're waiting for. Turn up. Not too sure which one we're missing. I forget who's in the team now. Just being informed that maybe a 6x6 rather than a 7x7. Baggy, it will be 7v6. Bottom driver won't score points. Okay, fair enough. Evening people. We are just waiting on qualifying to start, and then we'll chuck ourselves on track. Forget which race is first. They've already got Spa set up, but that doesn't mean anything. The lobby host could change that at any second, so it could be Spa or Suzuka. I'm not too sure which race is being run first tonight. But it's a half an hour endurance. In fact, just while we're waiting, let's go and have a quick look at event settings, see what the tyre and fuel are like. So, tyre wear is ×2, fuel depletion is at ×2. Fastest first boost. What we're saying about damage is vehicle damage is on, mechanical damage is none. Okay, so you see the damage, it won't actually cause any issues. Ghost Realm, evening mate, go on P1. Steve Scooby, can't hear you. Smoker, why not? My mic's on. Okay, give me 2 seconds, people. Let me up that. How's that? Any better? Should be a bit better. Just turn it up a little bit. I'll be saying you deaf, so obviously it's coming through pretty clear. Maybe you've got your volume turned down a little bit. Oh dear, Dylan's left the room. Where's Dylan gone? Good, loud and clear. Great. So is it a 6v6 now? Has Dylan decided to bow out, or what's the plan of action? It does sort of say they were kind of ready to go, but let's have a look. Might be a glitch. I don't think so. Gamer Dad's telling me it's a 7v7. Okay, Dylan's coming back. We're still a driver short though. Alien, Reg, Don, Raoul, Luke, Gamer. Dylan when he comes back. That's the 7-4 P1. Speed Freak Falcon, Smithy Jr., Myers Rhodes, D Roberts, Scary Biker. So still one missing for the Speed Freak. Okay, he's just come online saying 7th is on the way. Rightio, a few more minutes to wait then. That'll give my PC time to decide what it's doing. Decided to go for an update, and now it's been stuck at 87% for a million years. Good job I've got my tablet in front of me and I can see what you lot are whapping about. Fast Winder, evening mate, how you doing? I'll be covering your league in a week or two. Or your race, your team versus team. Okay, Dylan's back in the room, that's good. Cheers, Fast Winder. Hashtag like you live, thank you. If that's what that's meant to mean. I know your English isn't perfect and Google Translate does mess it up sometimes. Yes, just so we're still just waiting on one more of the Racing Rivals drivers to appear. Smoke of a commentator of the year. Yeah, well, you know, there's got to be an award for that somewhere out there. P1 saying invite him to the party. Swines, can't believe you're not inviting Dylan, P1 Dylan to the party, chat. And we will be good. Okay, so they've obviously heard from their 7th driver. So just while we're hanging about, I am at Donington Park tomorrow. If anyone fancies turning up and swearing and shouting, then come and see me, I'll give you plenty. Down for the British GTs. Whoa, the noise those things make. Whoa. Forget your British touring cars. Don't get me wrong. I'll go and watch British touring cars as well, but for the noise, it's British GTs. 100%. Got the McLarens and the Mercs and the Beamers and the Audis. Yeah, they're all there. Astons. Oh, yeah, it was good last year. Potter and I getting complimentary tickets to hang about with the David Appleby engineering team. Driving their Jaguar. Last time they were driving in that car. I don't know what car they picked up this season. Unfortunately, we can't even get down to the pits to say hello to them. It's all out of bounds. Okay, so Dan Torino, 93. He is obviously the 7th driver. We now have 15 in the lobby. 14 drivers and the 15th being me. I saw that, mate. Yeah, I saw that, Ghost Realm. Nice one, brother. That's, I'm sure that put a smile on his face. Oh, computer's at 88%. It's moved, it's not actually frozen yet. And yes, I probably am going to the trucks because Potter McPot is in with one of the race teams. So, yes, I am going to the trucks. Nine viewers, yeah, doesn't do bad. Push those fingers, that's right. Tell your mums and your mates, mostly your mums. Right. Come on then, people, let's crack on with this qualifying. It's a 10-minute qualifier. Dan Torino getting grief already. Hurry up. Come on. So yes, a 10-minute qualifier and 2 30-minute races. Like I say, not too sure. It's looking like it's Spa to start off with. So we are into the qualifying session then. 10 minutes, that won't give them many laps around this pretty long circuit. Right, let's get ourselves out front. Let's put the usual gubbins on for everyone. By Steve Scooby, the man himself. Sorry, is he a P1 Apache UK now? So it's got a row in top spot, but so in the Lexus for the first race, then Ram and Spa, 30 minutes round here. The 10-minute quali, I forget how long the laps are. I believe they're coming up to the sort of 3-minute mark. I could be wrong, it might be the 2-minute mark of these GR2s. Oh, do we get a free ticket for commentating? Well, there you go. So Smithy Jr., first man out on track. Or is he last man out on track? It does say number 1, which usually means he's the first man out. He's right at the back at the minute. Nice racing. Oh, getting those turns a little bit wrong. Let me see if I can pull up my track map for Spa. Is that it? No. I know it's somewhere shoddily drawn. It might be on the back of another track map. Let's have a flick through. So it is actually saying Speed Freak first man out on track now. Okay, it's managed to sort itself out. Sorry about the ruffling and scruffling. That's me going through. We printed out the track maps to see if I can find this circuit. For some reason, I've got about 50 for Bathurst. Don't ask me why. Aha. It's on the back of the whole circuit. Here we go then. So, what have they been putting in for out laps? 2:14s. Okay, so we're looking closer to the 2-minute mark then. Completely wrong, picking up a penalty for it, throwing himself over to the right hand side of the track, losing that. So it looks like Racing Rivals have got some good racecraft as well off the racing line to drop that penalty. Affect him into that turn. Oh, just getting in the way, unfortunately, of P1 Dylan as he was getting himself back on track. Unfortunately, now with the stream of cars coming past, there's not a lot you can do apart from wait till these guys to come through. So that's absolutely wrecked this lap, taking all sorts of time out of his qualifying session. So that puts Falcon up front. Got my track map upside down, that's why I can't figure it out. So heading down towards campus then. And then the ever famous Blanchimont. So it's pretty much full tilt from this point on down towards Blanchimont. These GR2 cars should handle Blanchimont with no problem at all, the amount of downforce these things are running. Straight through there, no problem. Tucking into the apex as well. One reason I said yes. Yeah, there you go. Why what? Why what goes wrong? Right. Oh, Falcon just about keeping on track through that final chicane. What's he got? He comes across the line. So he sticks in a 206.1 then. Doherty's put in a 206.1 as well. Sorry, Falcon. I'm not sure if he's got that first turn. Oh, a little bit wrong. That's compromised his second fast lap. So not all drivers through yet. Let's wait for everyone to get through, and then I'll start looking at the times. So everyone through now. Then Reg GT holding provisional pole. He's got a 205.6, so he's half a second quicker than closest rival Falcon. 206.1. Doherty on a 206.1 as well, a couple of thousandths back from Falcon. Smithy Jr. in fourth with a 206.9. P1 Don, apologies, P1 Don 207.0. Why so many maps for one try? I don't know, mate. I don't know. Don't ask. No idea. Myers Rhodes, he's on a 207.2 in sixth. Dean Roberts 7th with a 207.3. Scary Biker 207.7. P1 Rao 208.2. P1 Valium 210.7. P1 Gamer, he's on a 215.2, so he must have got that first lap completely wrong. Dylan in 12th, 2:25, so both of his laps ridiculously long times there. So Danzarino 13th, 2:28, and Speed Freak 2:39. So big times for these second laps. I know Speed Freak ran himself off track a little bit, picked up a penalty through Eau Rouge, had to drop that and then compromised himself through Les Combs. So down at the back of the pack at the minute. Falcon in the pits looking for fresh tyres. Is Reg GT able to go any quicker? He does, 205.3. So another 3/10 out of his time. He has just been pipped by P1 Rowell, 204.7. Dylan also getting a faster time, 205.0, so the P1 boys starting to push their way through to the top of the field. Top three spots at the minute. Falcon, the highest ranked driver for Racing Rivals at the minute. Are they going to get this last lap in? Well, they should get another lap after this if they allow that time to run over. Chris, evening mate, how you doing? Things are okay, my friend, things are okay. Fifth, another with the P1 boys. So dominating at the front at the minute. I say could all change. So Myers in sixth then. Slightly quicker, 206.6. P1 Valium has also got a quicker 206.6 as well. Smithy unable able to beat that 2:06 on lap 2 at the minute. Game and Dad, he's got quicker as well, 2:06.999. P1 Don, he's had to stick with that 2:070. He's picked up a penalty somewhere around this track as well. Losing it quite well though through here. There it is, gone. He's not lost that much time to Luke Doherty in front. Did I just see he picked up another penalty? Yeah, he did run wide through the campus of P1. He was coming through P1 tip. So he's picked up another penalty, unfortunately. The Scary biker, he's gone quicker. Another half a second, 2:073. So 11th place for Scary. 12th now, so it's just gone quicker. I'll come back to that. Dan Torino 13th then, 2:073. And Speed Freak 09 and 2:098. So able to get a bit of a faster lap in then for Speed Freak. Dylan now going quicker, 2:045, so these times having chopped to bits at the minute. Now trying to benefit from the toe of D. Roberts down the Kemmel Straight. Doing so as well. So he's actually half a second down, the fastest lap so far. But it is now P1 in the top 4 spots on the grid. First, second, third and fourth at the minute. Top driver for Racing Rivals currently sitting in 5th on the grid. Doherty 6th. Just getting Brussels wrong then, Luke Doherty. He's got the exit of P1 wrong as well, sorry, it's Brussels. Myers then 7th, D. Roberts in 8th. He's got a bit quicker again, 2:068. And Dante's gone quicker again, 2:069. That puts him up into P1 boys in the sandpit. That puts him up to 9th. Smithy Jr. 10th position, 2:069, so able to beat that second lap time. Gamer Dad 11th, 2:06999. Let's see if he can better that. So this is the final lap of qualifying then. That is the finish. They get to cross the line and that's it. So Gamer Dad puts himself up to 4th. So Dylan holding top spot, Raoul 2nd, Reg GT in 3rd, P1 Gamer Dad 4th, Falcon 5th, P1 Valium in 6th, Luke Doherty 7th, Dante in 8th, Myers in, Smithy Jr. in 9th, just going a bit quicker, 2:062, so Myers Rhodes goes 10th, D. Roberts 11th, P1 Don in 12th, Scary Biker 13th and Speed Freak in 14th. So that is grid order for race 1. Reverse grid based on results of the first race for the second race. Our man Baggy Snails is in the chat, so he's going to keep us up to date with points, I believe. Yeah, P1 have pulled it out of the bag at the end of this qualifying. What are they now? Holding the top 1, 2, 3, 4 spots on the grid. Yeah, there's a lot of the P1 boys up the front of that pack. P1 Don being the only driver near the back of the grid. So the real battle begins now then. 7v7, team versus team, 30-minute endurance race around Spa. false start as well. Let's hope everyone gets off the grid nicely. It can cause a little bit of chaos. So wait for these lights to drop. And they're away. It's a good start. It's not a good start. Who's that? That's one of the racing rivals boys, I think. Let's try to see who that is. Unfortunately, that's Falcon having a false start. So the highest placed grid starter for racing rivals actually false started. Now ends up at the back of the pack. Speed Freak just diving out of the way and lets Falcon through. So let's get to the front of this race. Now Dylan and Reg GT in close formation as they head up the Kemmel. Bit of a gap, but then back to Doherty, Gamer Dad and P1 Valium. So the P1 boys got 6 drivers out front. Smithy Jr. in. I was going to say 6, but D Roberts went diving down the inside there, so he's managed to get Valium and Smithy. By D Roberts, obviously fighting his way through the pack already, looking for moves all the ways through. Smithy Jr. also going for a move on Valium down the inside there. P1 Don bolted onto the back end of Smithy. And then we've got Scary Biker and Falcon almost running off track. Exit of P1, sorry, Whistles. Through P1 now then. Towards campus, hot on the heels of Scary Biker, looking to go down the inside. Hope there's no contact between these two drivers. Oh, Falcon's off again. He's in the sand. I don't think there was contact. He was just compromised on line choice, and unfortunately, I think he just kept the power on a little bit, and that just dragged him wide. It didn't look like there was contact. I would hope not between the teammates, but that puts Falcon at the back of the pack again. So back out front, Rowell's pulled a second gap from Dylan. Dylan has pulled 0.8 of a second from Reg GT. Reg GT has also pulled an 1/8 of a second from P1 Gamer Dad. So stretching these gaps out to about a second between the drivers at the minute. Doherty 5th place for P1 boys at the minute. He's got D Roberts 1.6 seconds back, so the highest placed racing rivals driver currently. Don still chasing him down. P1 Don has still got Smithy bolted to his back end. Let's see if we can get on board. Oh, Smithy's got the source wrong, so lost a lot of time to P1 Don. He's actually coming under pressure from Valium in rear view mirror. So unfortunately, Valium's had to back out of that one. Smithy just got it a little bit wrong on the curbs, possibly car swirling out of control, just put Valium off. So Valium's got to try and hunt him down again. A little bit of time at the minute. So Smithy currently sitting in. Let's just jump up to this battle here. We've got P1 Don trying to get past D Roberts. So heading down towards P1 then. Turn if you can get it right, easy to run wide if you just don't sort of let off at the right point. Well done, using all of that track through there, slowly closing in on D Roberts as they head through campus, through the little chicane. Down into this 90-degree. And down towards Blanchimont, full power now. Can the slipstream do anything to benefit P1 Don down here? He's lost a little bit of time to D Roberts, only half a second back, so he still will be benefiting from that tow. See, just slowly closing up through Blanchimont, full tilt, not even a lift. Can he get the move done into the chicane? He's closing up. D Roberts making him go around the outside. Might have compromised him on the way in. That might give P1 Don a bit of a run down the start-finish straight. Oh, clamped to his rear bumper now as they head down towards La Source. Roberts holding the inside line, nowhere for him to go at the minute. He can't come across to the racing line. That might allow P1 Don to go for a bit of a switch back up the inside. He's carrying a bit more speed down the hill. Can he get the move done? Oh, they're going to be side by side through here. This is going to be, oh, P1 Don backs out of that one. Rightly so, that could have been the end of both their races. Now down the Kemmel Straight, can P1 do it? Carrying that speed again. D Roberts going defensive. Nowhere for P1 Don to go again. D Roberts can't come over to take the racing line. P1 Don trying to close him up to that inside line. Still nowhere for D Roberts to go, for P1 Don to go then. He's got it all to do. Let's go and have a look and see what's happening up front. So Rowell extending his lead, 1.7 seconds over teammate Dylan, 1.8 seconds. Also pulling another second over Reg GT, that gap is 2 seconds. 1.5 back, 1.6 now to P1 Gamer. Luke Doherty 5th, 1.2 seconds back. Roberts, so 2 seconds back from Luke Doherty. Still got P1 Don there with him. But Don keeps picking those little penalties, just compromising his attack on Roberts in front. Smithy, he was under a little bit of pressure from P1 Valiant. He's not too far back actually, just gaining a bit of time on him through there. So can P1 Valiant make any moves on Smithy Jr. as they head down towards Blanchimont? Back end through Blanchimont now then. Nowhere to go down the inside. Valiant's going to try and outbrake him. He goes for the move. Doesn't run too deep, manages to block the apex off just about, and then gets a bit of a punt from racing rivals behind. Unfortunately, I think that catches Smithy Jr. as well and puts him a little bit wide. Myers going through to take that 9th place. And P1 Don up into 8th. Sorry, P1 Valium up into 8th. So Myers Road to 9th, then Smithy has gone from 8th to 10th in 2 corners. Falcon, after his 2 off-track actions, is now slowly working his way back through the pack, up into 11th. Speed Freak in 12th, closely chased by Dante. They all side by side actually as they head up the Kemmel. Dante gaining the position. Speed Freak a little bit wide from there. Now Scary Biker all the way at the back of the pack. Oh, he's a long way back as well. 2:25 that last lap. So he must have got something terribly wrong. Rowell's still extending out from 2.4 seconds from Dylan. Again, Dylan extending from Reg GT. That's 3 seconds of the gap. See the 2 P1 drivers out front. Absolutely tear away with this one. So Reg GT in 3rd, then Game and Dad only 1.3 seconds back. Doherty losing a little bit more time, 2.2 seconds in 5th. Still under no direct threat from 6th place D Roberts. D Roberts actually more concerned about the attacks from P1 Don again. Chat. Let's try and keep up see what's going on in that. P1 Don going down the inside of D Roberts now. Oh, running himself wide. He must have got it wrong. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. He must have got it wrong through Blanchimont, possibly running it. No, P1 Don's put the hammer down too early. He spun the back end of that Lexus round. He's now got to try and get it pointed in a straight line without taking out any of the drivers. Unfortunately, P1 Don all the way down in 11th at the minute. He may even lose another place to Dante. Might just be far enough up the track to keep that 11th, but he will not be happy with that P1 Don. So Dante is still at 12th then. Speed Freak 13th. Scary Biker 14th, closing the gap back up on Speed Freak actually. Oh, it's still extending. Yeah, Don's not doing great at the minute. The rest of the P1 boys are having a bit of a blast at the minute. Got P1 boys in the top 5 spots. Roberts, a bit of fresh air for him now to play with. He's got 3.5 seconds in front of Doherty, and he's got 3.5 behind him to P1 Valium. So Valium managing to just keep Myers at bay at the minute. Let's see whether Myers can close that gap up on him. Then 3:04. Sorry, 2:04.512. So he's having a great race at the minute. P1 Dylan also nice and clean out front. HGT. More time to Dylan. Still under no direct threat from P1 Gamer. So Doherty 3 seconds back. Still 3.5 P1 Valium in the meantime has actually closed that gap up on D. Roberts, taking out 0.7 of a second. Let's see whether keep her on P1 Valium, he might close that gap up. So Falcon back up into 8th then, starting to really push his way through this pack. Just letting Falcon through, possibly knowing he's the faster driver of the team, trying to get him up front and those P1 boys down. P1 Don, after his off-track action, sitting in 10th at the minute, slowly closing in on Smithy in front. He's getting a bit of time over Dante, that gap was half a second, it's now 1.7. Dante actually picking up a penalty somewhere around this circuit. About dropping that. Under no threat from Myers in 12th at the minute. 13th. Scary bike, unfortunately, still unable to close that gap up on Speed the Freak either. So, driving masterclass from Raoul. This is where he slings it into the wall, isn't it? Watches, evening people. So a little change for that camera angle. Watch the rear camera angle of Raoul going around Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. So up the hill then through Eau Rouge, Radion, along the Kemmel Straight. Into the Les Cones chicane, to the left right. Through the right on the exit down towards Brussels. Keeping it very consistent. He's obviously got his foot switched on today. He tampered with the settings to make it just slightly heavier. Else on track. So through Brussels then for Raoul. So cleanly down towards Poubon. Again, easy corner to get this one wrong, especially once the tyre wear starts kicking in. Times to it, it'll be interesting to see what sort of point these drivers do decide to come in if they need to. We're almost halfway through this first race. Tyre wear not looking too bad, even on the racing super softs. It looks like they're going to have plenty of fuel on board to finish this race. So Raoul then heads down this long straight towards Blanchimont. So full tilt through here, exploring those track limits, trying to keep 2 wheels inside that white line. If you get all 4 wheels outside, that is a penalty. So into the final chicane then back onto this start-finish straight. Puts in a 2:04.9, so consistent with the 2:04s at the minute, Raoul. Every lap except lap 1 being a 2:04. Dylan in the times, but consistent 205s, low 205s as well. Reg GT, sort of mid-pack 205s. Yeah, very similar between the 206s for Reg, Gamer Dad. Right, so let's have another quick run through the order. Rao out front, P1 in first place. P1 Dylan in second place, P1 Reg GT in third, P1 Gamer Dad fourth, Luke Doherty, also P1 driver, in fifth, actually gaining a bit more time over D Roberts. D Roberts, the highest place racing rivals driver, in sixth, 4 seconds back from Luke. P1 Valium only a second back, in seventh. P1 Don actually get himself up into 8th, so I missed him getting his way past Smithy and Dante. In fact, okay, Falcon's been in the pits, he's come in for a fresh set of tyres. Not that that seems to be benefiting him as he slides himself wide through there. Yes, P1 Don up into 8th, so he's got 3.5 seconds to try and close up on Valium in front. So that is the P1 boys dominating the front of this pack, bar 6th place D Roberts, the only racing rivals driver in the top 8. In 9th, Smithy 10th, Falcon 11th, Speedfreak 12th, Scary Biker 13th, and Myers Rhodes in 14th. So Myers has been off track. Speed Freak and Scary Biker battling it out. Hopefully these boys are in a radio chat. Let me through, damn it! There's a bit of that going on, I'm sure. Yeah, forget Don's. Where is he? Let's go and see the man. Show him a bit of respect. This man here is sat up in his loft in probably about 50-degree heat at the minute. His rig is up in his loft. I don't know why whoever thought that would be a good idea. That's where the kids should go. Put the rig in the kids' room. The kids upstairs. Yeah, so Myers Rhodes, unfortunately, down in 14th position. He's closing in on Scary Biker and Speed Freaks. Speed Freak actually getting past Scary Biker. Liveries on the Racing Rivals cars, all the same, just one slight colour change to depict each driver. Oh, they have got individual numbers as well. I was just about to say, I couldn't tell you whose car's whose, but then they've got a gamer tag hanging above their car, right. Inches above their car. So, I'll shut up. Wow, Raoul is extended 7 seconds out front. You can see with all those 204s, he's just able to pull the gaps on P1 Dylan. P1 Dylan's no slouch either, he's got the low 205s there. There's GT in third. Again, consistent lap times. P1 Gamer actually getting quicker through the later stages of this stint. What do you expectate? Priorities, right? Obviously, you know, it might mean a divorce or something like that, but priorities. So, Luke Doherty 7.5 seconds down from Gamer Dad. Rage in 6th place, 3.4 seconds back. Raoul is storming away with it at the minute. Okay, so D Roberts comes in the pits then now. Where's he gone? Why didn't it let me follow him? Comes back out. So he does actually slot back out. He does slot back out in 9th position. Falcon, who's already been in, is 10th. Myers back up to 11th. After a couple of these drivers have stopped. Scary Biker. Oh, Scary Biker's got the last chicane wrong as well. So, tyre wear just starting to kick in on these GR2 Lexus. They do work better at full assault. Oh, nearly taking out his teammate. You can imagine that sent shivers up Speed Freak's spine as he saw the Scary driver come sideways across the track at him. Still 7.5 seconds out front. Unfortunately for Raoul, that means he doesn't get much coverage. Or you, Dylan. Because yes, you're driving well, but you're boring. There's nothing going on. Have a punch up. Slow down, catch each other up. Come on. Let's go 4 wide through Eau Rouge. So big gaps spread out already. Not many drivers battling it out, bumper to bumper or door to door at the minute on track. These battles might come back together. Doesn't actually look like any of the P1 boys are coming in for a pit stop actually. These roads don't look like he's coming in either. Past Scary Biker. Scary Biker testing the drift capabilities out of the Lexus. So yes, nobody actually close enough to have a damn good battle at the minute. 7-second gap here. We've got a 4-5 second gap, 3-second gap, 9-second gap, 2.5 second gap, another 2.5 second gap. So it is actually P1 boys in all top 7 spaces at the minute. Looking like they are not stopping in this one. All their tyre wear looks very similar. Nobody's been spinning up the rears by the look of it. So Don Hold in 7th. He's got Dante in 8th. So Dante in a very similar position tyre wear wise. 2.2 seconds back. D. Roberts, one of the only Racing Rivals guys to stick a fresh set of tyres on. He's now got 5 seconds to try and catch up with Dante. He's 36 seconds off race lead currently. Falcon also came in the pits, chucked a fresh set of boots on. He's currently sitting in 10th. Unfortunately, Falcon's had a couple of off-track action moments at the beginning of this race, which is compromised him really. It's compromised him a fair chunk. So he's currently 2 seconds back from Dean Roberts. Dean Roberts almost getting it wrong through there. So Smithy's been in the pits. He's gone for a fresh set of racing super softs. 13 seconds back from Falcon. Under no threat from Myers at the minute. 8 seconds back. Another 8 seconds back to Speed Freak, and then another 12 back to Scary Biker. So yeah, big gaps. Nobody really battling it out. Boy's got a nice big darksmoka logo on the rear wing. Thank you, Scoobs. P1 boys then out front. Racing Rivals guys have got an awful lot of work to do. They're intending on taking the win from race 2 at the minute. We have got just over 5.5 minutes of race 1. And then we jump into race 2, another half an hour around Suzuka in the GR3 Audi. So D. Roberts has got it wrong somewhere, and that's allowed Falcon through and Dante. Seniyuki, evening, how you doing? Thank you for stopping in, mate. Leave us a little like, it would be appreciated. Max is jumping up and down, I can't believe he's got his boys in the top 7. Right, so Raoul extends slightly further, 8.1 seconds over teammate Dylan. He's also got 5.5 seconds over teammate Reg GT. He's now got 3.5 seconds over teammate Gamer Dad. He's another 12 seconds over teammate Luke Doherty. Oh, but Luke Doherty and Valium Rage battling it out. Valium actually getting down the inside of the source. So possibly Luke Doherty getting the chicane a little bit wrong. Slowing him down a little bit, allowing Valium Rage through. P1 Don has closed that gap back up on these two as well. So it's going to end up being a bit of a punch-up between these three. I hope they've got team orders going. Won't be going for any late lunges down the inside. Don's showing his backed out of it. I thought he was going to go for it down the Camel Straight. Doherty almost keeping on track through his combs. So Dante's closed that gap up then. He's only 2 seconds back from P1 Don as well. So could still gain a position if he fights hard enough. 3.5 minutes just under 3.5 minutes remaining. Still anything that can happen in these races. As we see Falcon off track again. Oh, through Brussels. So not having a great night in race 1 for Falcon. Slowly, I don't know what's going on there. Looking like he's happy with, is he possibly sandbagging a little bit, let his teammates through so he can get to the front of the pack for race 2. No, he's back up to full race pace now. But he did let Myers through. Still in 13th. Skip Biker not that too far back either. Just struggled a little bit, Scary Biker and Speed Freak. As has Falcon. I mean, Falcon's one of the faster drivers for the Racing Rivals guys. He's just had some bad luck in race 1 tonight. Stays like this, Baggy's actually come up in the chat already. It will be 32 points for P1RC and 42 points for Racing Rivals after race 1. Does that include fastest lap and pole and bags? Does that include all that stuff? Nobody's getting taken out. So Valium doing alright, he's got himself up into 5th. Don, what are you doing? So Don and Luke Doherty getting entangled and allowing Dante through. So Dante will be happy with that. He was sitting in 8th, he's now 6th. Got 45 seconds left on the clock. Doherty and P1 Don then side by side as they head down towards Blanchimont. Hopefully they're in a group chat. Doherty backs out of it, allows P1 Don through. But he's battling, like I say, it's just allowed Dante to sneak through to take that 6th position. Won't be happy with this. Yes, man. Second place, Dylan. Still consistent 205s all the way down that board there. Some good driving from Dylan. We are on to final lap now. So top 5 for the P1 boys. Dante in 6th. P1 Don too far back now without a mistake from Dante to gain that place back. So 0.9 seconds back in 2 seconds. 0.3 back to Luke Doherty, so out of the danger zone from Luke. Closing in a couple of tenths through there, Don. Like I say, it's going to be really hard work to try and gain that place back. We will just stick with Raul, race leader. So, marching on for the final time. No dramas for Raul. Got himself out front and just pulled away lap after lap after lap. Almost 10 seconds out front as he comes across the line to take the win. Raul takes the win. Dylan coming home in 2nd then. Let's hope we don't see anybody spinning out on that final chicane. I've seen it in previous races. So Dylan takes the 2nd. Reg GT comes home to take 3rd. P1 Gamer Dad 4th. Valium's going to come home in 5th. Looks like Dante's going to hold on to 6th at the minute. We'll just flick over to that as soon as Valium crosses the line. Oh, there's Dante coming around the final turn now, so he's going to hold 6th. There he goes. P1 Don comes home 7th. Luke Doherty comes home in 8th. D Roberts 9th. Smithy's already crossed the line. Myers has already crossed the line. Scary Biker's already crossed the line. Speed Freak and Falcon. Oh, Falcon ended up at the back of the pack. So yes, he might well have done a little bit of sandbagging at the end of that one. I'm not saying he definitely did, but that's what it looks like. So he stuck himself on the front of the 2nd race. So the GR3's round Suzuka. So, Baggy, update the points. Now it all changed in the last couple of laps. Well, we've done 40 minutes. And my computer's at 97% updated. God damn it. It's having a new hard drive this week. It's about the only thing left to change on it. Yeah, so the Audi R8 round Suzuka for another half an hour. I would assume we're going to get... assume we're going to get 5 or 10 minutes break for the guys to cool down a little bit. Especially for P1 Don to get some liquid in him. He should have a Camelback set up to his beer fridge or something. Falcon saying you're all pros. Yeah, some good racing there. One or two little off-track actions, but I think mostly self-inflicted. Oh, damn you, computer. That's the wrong lead. There we go then, sparse circuits. What's been changed? Nothing, just the reverse grid. Yeah, GR3s. Bosh. Right, I need to find a chargeur. That will do. Okay, so points are in. 129 for P1 and 45 for Racing Rivals. They still have a lot of work to do in race 2. Right, let me not unplug the wrong thing, it could all go horribly wrong. Right, so I don't have to worry about that. That's charging. Nice. Well, would you believe it? So after all that time, my computer's turned around and says, we couldn't complete the updates, undoing the changes. Damn you. See what I've got to deal with? A 6-month-old PC that... How I've not launched it out my window yet, I just don't know. It's, yeah. Doesn't want to work. But we've got the stream back running on it at least. Screw the updates. I'm going to keep the tablet running as well, just in case this folds, which is quite likely to do. Right, let's just try and keep up that. Okay, so it looks like the Racing Rivals guys weren't expecting such a bunch of serious contenders from the P1 boys. Saying no one told us we're just fun drivers. Luke got disconnected. What? Oh, has he just been kicked out of the room? Oh yeah. Yeah, so we have still got all drivers. Everyone out at Suzuka, getting the old practice laps in. So another decent circuit this if you get it right. First turn's a little bit awkward. Then you've got Spoon at the back end of the track, which can be a little bit awkward. The hairpin in between the Degners. Wow, it's quite a tricky track. It's a nice track, but it's a tricky track with the S's, the anti-banked curve, the Degners, the hairpin. Spoon 130R. Wow, we'll see. That off the screen for you lot. Yeah, so still no word on when the race will start. I would have thought, like I say, that we should give them about 10 minutes break to go toilet, etc. Maybe grab a drink. You'd think it's not easy to overtake. Possibly going to be slightly harder being the fact that they are all driving the same car. I assume Bop's on people. I'm not just going to take that for granted, but yes, balance performance is on, so nobody's car is going to be running quicker than anyone else's. It's all down to driver skill. Some of the other GR3 leagues, if they're running different cars, some cars are better on the straight, some cars are better in the turns, acceleration, braking, that sort of thing. Who's winning? Do you need to ask Chris? Just look above in the points. You'll see the points further up at the top of the chat, in fact. If Baggy's worked him out right, but I assume he has. go. Gamer Dad just asking the question, how long? Has he got time to nip for a drink? Has he got time to nip for a toilet? Check 3 times. So I'll be watching these beasts tomorrow, the GR3s, or the GT3s, depending on what you want to call them. Oh, I can't wait. Beastly, monstrous sounds of these cars ripping around Donington. Meeting up with Chris Wall, MRC Bobby, and Pav 46 as well. It should be good. Someone getting turn 1 totally wrong. It does tighten up on the exit. That's a P1 driver or a Racing Rivals driver. So more chaos through Casino Triangle. So, is it just me they're waiting for? Okay, let's have a look at Raoul. So again, very similar livery to the Lexus. All in red for the P1RC team by the look of it. And the Racing Rivals team in there. Custom liveries, yeah, I think it's the same design, just slightly different colours. So yellow for Falcon, green for Smithy, blue for Dante, a slightly different livery for Dante. Robert's gone for the purple. Oh, gets it wrong on the way out of hairpin. Scary bike in green and white. He's flicking around on the front, so he's gone for the red. Oh, we've got a total run through 130R. So we are into race 2 then. Reverse grid with a false start check as well. We had Falcon mess up race 1 with a false start, put himself at the back of the pack. Promptly decided to drive himself off track as well through Les Combs, so didn't have the best of races. He is at the front of the pack in this one, so Falcon, Speed Freak, Scary Biker, Myers, Smithy, D Roberts in 6th, Luke Doherty 7th, P1 Don in 8th, Dante in 9th, Valium 10th, Gamer Dad 11th, Reg GT 12th, Dylan in 13th, and Raoul at the back of the pack in 14th, so they're away. Down towards turn 1. Like I say, it tightens up on the way in. Sorry, on the way out. Oh, we've already got a driver run wide. That AstroTurf is killer if you get 2 wheels on that. We've got 2 of the Racing Rivals drivers, I think, spinning round. Just let them all settle down. Falcon just about keeping on track, trying to drift the Audi through those first few turns. So out front at the minute, 0.8 of the second lead over Speed Freak in 2nd. Myers fighting to get past in 3rd. He's got D Roberts in 4th all over him. P1 Reg GT in 5th, looking for a way through into the Degners. Oh, Speed Freak running wide through there, so D Roberts P1 Reg GT goes through. I think most of the drivers will go through. Nowhere for Speed Freak to go to get back on the track. So Reg up into 4th, then Dante 5th, Dylan in 6th. Gamer Dad 7th, closely chased by P1 Raoul. Raoul actually getting past Gamer Dad then. So Gamer Dad pushed down to 8th, Luke Doherty 9th, P1 Don in 10th, Valium 11th, Speed Freak in 13th. Yes, it looks like Smithy Jr. and Scary Biker getting turn 1 completely wrong. Yeah, the AstroTurf just on the outside of that circuit. You get 2 wheels on that, you get no traction, it just slides the car out wide. Nothing you can do about it, you're just a passenger at that point. You have to wait till you're back on the black stuff the other side before you can even think about taking control. So he's 2 seconds back as he heads up the hill towards 130R is Scary Biker. Speed Freak and Smithy going for it in front. So Falcon out front, 2.9 second lead over Myers. Reg GT's got himself past Dante, he's up into 3rd. So he's on the hunt for Myers already, closing in as they head down towards turn 1. See the speed advantage he's got using that slipstream. Almost runs it wide. Myers trying to hold the inside line. It does compromise his speed. That's now Reg GT to close up on him, but Myers just blocked off his route through, so has to settle for the 3rd again at the start of this lap. Now 1.5 seconds gap from P1 Dylan. That gap coming down slowly. Dylan's got it wrong. We've kept it on track though. So GT past Myers into the hairpin. A little bit of contact between those two. Reg GT getting it squarely on the exit of the hairpin, clattering into Myers. Myers managing to keep it on track, but now bolted to the back end of Reg GT as they head down towards Spoon. Reg GT keeping his car smack bang in the middle of the track there. So nowhere for Myers to go. P1 Dylan now caught up with this fight. He is all over the back end of Myers. Game and Dad not too far off either. Luke Doherty and P1 Valiant made their way through. P1 Don as well and P1 Rao. So we've got Smithy, Dean Roberts, Scary Biker, Dante and Speed Freak. Oh, Speed Freak getting Spoon wrong. So unfortunately the Racing Rivals drivers not having a great start to race 2 either. Falcon being the top man on track at the minute, 3.5 seconds over Reg GT. Keep an eye on that, see whether Reg can close that gap down. He has already pulled over half a second from Myers. Myers has just got to pay a little bit more attention to P1 Dylan in the background. All over him, so side by side, carrying a little bit more speed. Actually, Dylan getting the position up into 3rd, then Myers having to relinquish that position down into 4th. So Gamer Dad 5th, Luke Doherty 6th, Valium in 7th. Oh, Valium's picked himself half his second penalty up, not too bad. He should be able to drop that without any issues. P1 Don up into 8th, and Raoul in 9th. So it's very similar to race 1. We've got only Falcon and Myers Rhodes up front at the minute for the Racing Rivals team. That gap is actually coming down 0.4 of a second. Reg GT's managed to chop out of Falcon's time. P1 Dylan right there with him. Both of those drivers have pulled more time over Myers. And Myers now coming under all sorts of pressure from some more of these P1 drivers. Gamer Dad pretty close to him. Just about half a second back as they head down towards Spoon. Oh, but he's got it wrong. He's got it wrong through Spoon. That's the same AstroTurf that's on the outside of turn 1. And it's just caused exactly the same trouble. So P1 Gamer Dad losing all those positions, pirouetting round, gets himself back on track in 9th. So losing a lot of places. So Luke Doherty 5th, Valium now 6th, P1 Don 7th, Raoul 8th, and Gamer Dad then 9th. Through that final chicane. Has Gamer Dad got that turn wrong as well? Yes, I think he has. Come on, camera, change, damn it. Yeah, he has. He's got the chicane all wrong. spun it round again, so he's going to lose another position. Scary Biker's going to come past. So a lot of work for Game and Dad to do. So Smithy in 11th. 4.2 seconds back from Game and Dad, 2.3 in front of D Roberts. D Roberts actually got 3.4 seconds over Dante. Dante's got 5.6 over the final driver, Speed Freak. I did see Speed Freak get it wrong through Spoon. So a little way off the pack at the minute. Right, back up to frontman, Falcon 1, 2, 3. Again, that gap been shortened by, it's now Dylan. Dylan's got himself past Reg GT, so open to second for Dylan then. He's now 2.4 seconds back from Falcon. Chat, check through times, mocking weeks will cane me otherwise. Yes, Show's coming, man, but Bill's come first. Yeah, I hear that, mate. I hear that. By the way, thanks. No problem, Bags. No problem. Good luck, race 2. It's not looking like they need it. Cheers, Aiden. Thank you, mate. Tell your mates, tell your mums. That's right. BZ. F. Okay, I'll believe you. So Dylan putting fastest lap of the race in 1:59.1, closing that gap right down on Falcon. 1.7 seconds the gap that is at now. See, visibly closer is Dylan. He's not managed to drop Reg GT there. He's only a second back. Don't like that view. Like that view, that view, that view. That's what we want. So another purple sector from Dylan. He wants that first position, and he wants it early on in this race. So through the Degners. Again, closing in on Falcon. Gap down to 1.3. Through there, gaining them back on the exit. So heading down towards Spoon then. Still a little bit of breathing room for Falcon at the minute, but that breathing room is rapidly diminishing. P1 Dylan slowly squeezing the life out of Falcon's race. Nice line through Spoon for Dylan. Catches all those apexes. Gap down to a second as he heads up the hill towards 130R. Start gaining a little bit of slipstream up here as well. A little lift through 130R, just keep it settled on the exit. There's a gap still at a second. Chopping off as much of that apex as possible. You've got to be careful, you might pick up a penalty if you chop too much of it off. Gap still at a second. Down now though on this long straight. So another quarter of a second P1 Dylan has taken out of Falcon's time. Reg GT has lost a bit of time. He's actually picked himself up a second penalty as well, but he's lost about 0.4 of a second to Dylan, possibly through the error that caused him to pick up that penalty. So Rowling 4th, 5.5 seconds back. Doherty another 3.2 seconds back in 5th. P1 Don 6th, less than a second back from Luke. And Valium 7th, so 8.8 seconds back, so a fair chunk back for Valium. Scary Biker hot on his tail at the minute, he has got a penalty to lose. So he needs to think about dropping that whilst not losing too much time to Valium in front. Valium has pulled out 0.3 of a second in those S's. Scary Biker, he just starts to drop his penalty there. So Smithy in 9th. in 10th, 2.3 seconds back from Smithy. Roberts in 11th. We've got P1 Gamer Dad after his incident. He's now in 12th position, looking to fight his way back through the pack. He's all over D Roberts as they head down towards Spoon, almost side by side. 90R, I believe. So Gamer could have gone for the move down there, but I think just backed out of it, knowing the mistake he made last time. Catches a little bit too much curve there as well, slows him down a little bit. That's put him under loads of pressure from Dante. So loses another position. Gamer down into 13th. Speed Freak 23 seconds back, just comes through Spoon. We've seen Speed Freak get this wrong once or twice as well. Nearly saw him get it wrong a third or fourth time. Kept it on the black stuff though. While I've been yapping, P1 Dylan has caught up and overtaken Falcon. Falcon must have got it wrong somewhere because P1 Red GT is bolted to his rear end as well. See any damage on his car, possibly getting turn 1 wrong. Maybe Dylan putting him under an awful lot of pressure for that position. Red GT still got a bit of a penalty to drop, but he is right there with Falcon. Needs to think about dropping that so he can start attacking. In 4th, he's closed that gap up. It was 5.5, it's now 3.5. So he's turned his foot up to full power. He might have even plugged it into the mains, taken the batteries out and gone for the old DC. Fastest lap of the race as well, 158.8 for Raul, so he's on a storm. Just about halfway through this one. 16 minutes left to race. P1 boys having a good one. Red GT now past Falcon. Falcon getting it wrong through 130R. He's run himself wide. Red GT still got his penalty to lose. Falcon may pick one up for that off-track action if he kept his foot in. I'm not too sure whether he's got away with that. He's gone from 1st to 3rd in the space of 2 laps. And he's now got a fellow German chasing him down. 2.6 seconds a gap, and Brown is on an absolute stormer. I don't know who you are, Nederak, but you can't join this race. So Raul got the gap down to 2 seconds. He is on an absolute stormer. He's 5 seconds off race lead as well. Closing that gap down as well. Raul, you're a machine, mate. That's all I can say. So Luke Doherty 5th, 8.5 seconds back. P1 Don, another 5.8, 6 seconds back now. Valiant, another 2.6 seconds back. He's managed to make more of a gap from Scary Biker though, 2.5 second gap there. Scary Biker still holding on to his penalty. Smithy picked himself up a little penalty in 9th, 1.7 back from Scary, and Myers now 10th, 1.2 seconds back from Smithy. P1 Gamer Dad back up to 11th. He was 13th, so get himself back past Dante and D Roberts. These two possibly getting turn 1 wrong or somewhere through the S's, but that's allowed P1 Gamer Dad back through to 11th. Speed Freak still 14th, possibly not getting on very well with this circuit, or the combination of car and circuit. So Dylan extending his lead, 1.3 seconds for P1 Reg GT. Reg is determined to hold on to that penalty. Raul's up at 3rd. Falcon has decided to come in the pits. That's allowed P1 Raul through. It's looking like the P1 boys might even go for a no stop in this race as well, looking at the tyre wear. Let me just check the front two drivers. Yeah, not too bad still, over halfway through this race. You may see the P1 boys go for a no stopper in this race. And it's looking likely as all 7 P1 drivers, P1 Don has come in for a fresh set. But he is up into 7th, so P1 have got all their drivers up front again. But we're yet to see whether they go for a stop or not. So Myers Rhodes holding on to 8th. He is the top Racing Rivals driver at the minute. Scary Biker, he's been in the pits. He's still got a bit of a penalty. He's gone for a fresh set of racing super softs. Smithy has done the same, still got his penalty, fresh set of racing super softs. Gamer Dad has decided not to pit. He's still in 11th though. So what's the gap between himself and Smithy? See if he loses a bit of time. Yeah, he's just dropped a couple of tenths there. Smithy and Scary look like they're coming to have a little bit of a battle against each other. That just might allow Gamer Dad to take advantage, especially with the penalties these boys seem to be picking up. So Biker picking up another chunk of penalty there, 1.1 seconds he's now holding. So Gamer Dad in 11th then, D Roberts in 12th, he's got himself back past Dante. Dante in 13th. And Speed Freak, the Speed Freak's closed the gap. Where's Dante going? Stop it! Get back on track, drive that car properly. He's got Degner 1 all wrong, driven into the sandpit. And Speed Freak's gone through to take 13th. Dante down in 14th. So Dylan out front, extends slightly more. 2.2 seconds. SGT still second, still holding on to that 0.8 of a second penalty. Falcon back out the pits in 3rd. So Raoul's been in, he's been in for a fresh set. Comes back out in 4th, hot on the heels of Falcon. Luke Doherty not been in. So how did you manage to lose a position to Falcon? I can see why you've done it, P1 Don, because you've come in for a set of tyres. Or you, Valiant. So Falcon must have been on a bit of a stormer. Missed it. Raoul has gone for the move on Falcon and takes the position. Looks like Falcon's got it a little bit wrong into the Degners. He's coming out of there pretty slow. So allowed Raoul to come through, and he's already gained a second over Falcon. So the German battle coming to an end pretty quickly then. Raoul coming in the pits, getting the freshened tyres. Managed to just sneak past Falcon. Spoon nice and calmly for Raoul. Falcon following him through 1.4 seconds, nearly 1.5 seconds, so losing a bit more time to Raoul in front is Falcon. Luke Doherty 5th then, 6.4 seconds back. Battle for Bionic Foot. There's only one Bionic Foot goes from. It's this man. Well, I don't know whether Falcon's got a Bionic Foot, but Raoul's the only German I know with a Bionic one. Lost a bit of time there to Falcon. Gap's still at 1.3, coming down a little bit due to slipstream. So Doherty holding out that 5th position then, but he's 10.7 back from Falcon. P1 Don in 6th, 2.8 back. Again, some big gaps starting to develop. P1 Valium in 7th. 3.4 seconds back. Gamer Dad up into 8th, so again not stopped. But he has fought his way past Myers. Myers has stopped, as has Scary Biker. And Smithy. So looks like all of the Racing Rivals drivers stopping in this race. Boys deciding they don't need to by the look of it. That's right, That's right, Ghost Realm. If Falcon does beat Raoul, he deserves it, but it's not looking good. Raoul's pulling more time over Falcon, unfortunately. Luke Doherty's got it wrong somewhere. That's allowed P1 Don through. I did just see the gap between Falcon and Luke Doherty extending massively. And then P1 snuck through to take that 6th position. Luke Doherty down in, 5th position, and Luke Doherty down in 6th. Valium is 7th. Dad's still holding on to that 8th, putting more time over the drivers on those faster tyres, fresher tyres, 2 seconds over Myers. Again, another 2 seconds back to Scary Biker. He's also almost dropped his penalty. He's held on to it for an awful long time. He's got 0.3 of a second to lose. So up the back straight then towards 130R. Smithy's a little bit too far back to make a move. He'll gain time at the straight. Nowhere near enough to make a lunge through 130R or Casino. But gaining on him. Both drivers keeping it clean through Casino chicane. To join your Discord, boys. Is it Racing Rivals? I have also got a Discord. It's darksmoka, obviously. Come and say hello. Smithy all over the tail end of Scary Biker. Scary losing his penalty through there. Maybe putting off Smithy a little bit. Smithy losing the tail end of that Audi. Just lost him a bit of time to the battle with Scary Biker. Scary Biker definitely testing the drift capabilities of that Audi. In the background, Dante just getting himself past D Roberts. D Roberts getting the chicane wrong as well. So getting himself backwards through there has allowed Dante back through to take 12th. And Speed Freak unfortunately still rolling around at the back. Gaining time on D Roberts, but not enough. He's got 6 minutes to try and claim 12 seconds from D Roberts to try and make any positions up in this race. Right, back out front. Dylan. 5.7, sorry, what? 6.2 second lead over Reg GT. Reg GT's got it wrong coming through 130. It's reset him to track as well. Oh, he shouldn't have driven off track, Reg GT. Oh dear. So that allows Raoul through to second then. He's got 10.5 seconds off of Dylan. Falcon goes through to retake third. Reg GT now has a lot of work to do to catch up. 1.8 seconds on Falcon. He's got 5.5 minutes left to do it. P1 Don 10 seconds back, so out of that fight. Just having a race of his own at the minute. He's got 9.8 seconds out front to Reg GT and 7.7 back to Luke Doherty. Doherty's tyres starting to take a bit of a beating. So Valium in 7th. Valium might even take that position off of Luke. Luke's tyres have absolutely fallen off a cliff. He's going to start struggling around some of these faster turns. Things like the Degners, you can see the rear end of that Audi just stepping out. And again, look, hopefully keeps it safe and out of the way of Valium. Oh yeah, so just trying to keep that Audi in a straight line. It's causing all sorts of problems for Luke Doherty. You may want to think about chucking yourself in the pits this lap, my friend. Might put you down a spot or two, but something there. Valium Rage has spun himself off track. He's just got himself past Luke Doherty and promptly chucked himself into the sandpit. So he's lost a position to Smithy and Scary Biker. Oh, and Myers as well. And Gamer Dad, Valium. He won't be happy with that. His tyres are absolutely... his tyres weren't as shot as Luke Doherty's either. Oh, we've got Scary Biker and Smithy fighting it out for 10th, 9th and 10th. This is allowing Valium back into this fight. Biker is holding on to that penalty. It's going to be his legacy for this race. So can P1 Valium put enough pressure on these two to get that position back. Right, so let's have a look what's happening out front. Dylan, 8.9 seconds. Comfortable lead over Raoul. I wouldn't count Raoul out yet, we have only got 3.5 minutes left, but the machine that is Raoul is capable of all sorts of things. So Falcon still third, Reg GT still fourth. He's not managed to close that gap up enough yet. 3.1, 3.2 seconds down. Actually losing a lot of time to Falcon. The fresher tyres starting to benefit the Racing Rivals team. The P1 boys, majority of them haven't stopped, so the tyre wear is starting to cause problems. P1 Don is one of the only P1 drivers that has stopped. 6.2 back from Reg. Again, with only 2 minutes 44 left on the clock, it's going to be very difficult for Don to make any more progress in this race. Myers up into 6th, Luke Doherty back in 7th, Gamer Dad 8th, got himself back past Smithy and Scary Biker. Luke Doherty's lost another position to Myers. So Gamer Dad 8th. Doherty, oh, Luke Doherty's got the Degners wrong now. So that tyre wear really starting to play with Luke Doherty's race. He's now down in 11th. Dean Roberts 12th, Dante in 13th, and Speed Freak in 14th. P1 Dylan actually going for the lap on Speed Freak. Just getting past him there. So this may even become last lap. So majority of the P1 boys haven't stopped. Raoul has stopped. He came in about 12 minutes left to run, I think, maybe a little bit less. That's worked out well for him. He was battling it out with Falcon for a little bit. Managed to get past Falcon. GT was in the middle of this fight as well. He was second and then got it all wrong. And lost out to Raoul and Falcon. Kept himself in 4th place though. Yeah, P1 Don unable to close that gap up on Reg GT. No issues from Myers behind though. He's 23.5 seconds back. Smithy's back past Gamer Dad. Gamer Dad in 8th, under pressure from Scary Biker and Valium. Valium actually getting himself past Scary Biker. Scary Biker on the fresh tyres, Valium on the worn set. So drivers sliding out, sounded like Smithy going for a bit of a drift through that turn. And again, just the tyre wear coming to the end of this race. Rivals driver has stopped, but it's just starting to get to the point where the tyre wear's dropping off with the pressure from P1 Dad and Valium in the background. That must be putting all sorts of pressure on him. Scary Biker almost losing it through the exit of Degner 2. Oh, just clattering into P1 Valium. Scary Biker, come on now. You would expect that position to be given back, but while we were chatting, Dylan's gone through to start a new lap. P1 Raoul finishes the race in 2nd. Falcon comes home 3rd. Reg GT is going to come home in 4th. Speed Freak finishes the race in 14th, just coming across the line. P1 Don just coming through the chicane now. Back onto the start finish straight to come home and take 5th position. Great big handbrake across the line, smashing into the wall. Thank you, Don. Myers coming around the chicane for the final time. So Myers comes home in 6th. Smithy 7th. Gamer Dad 8th. Scary Biker 9th. Valium in 10th. Luke Doherty, getting it straight again, so he's got the chicane wrong again. Luke Doherty. He's going to come home in 11th, putting on a fresh set of tyres right at the end of that race. Possibly he should have done that a few laps earlier, Luke. So D Roberts, 12th, just losing his penalty before he crosses the line. Comes around 130 off cleanly. So into this chicane for the final time. Ooh, again, these Audis a little bit loose on the rear end when the tyre wear starts kicking in. So comes through to take 12th. We've got Dante just coming up to that same chicane. And looks like P1 Dylan in the background, closing up on Dantorino come the end of this race. So Dantorino comes home 13th. P1 Dylan, yeah, just come around the final turn then, so comes home to take the win with an extra lap as well. So some great racing by the, well, by both teams, really. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen that position giving back Scary Biker. A little bit of a nudge into a hairpin like that. Diz, how you doing, brother? Long time no see, well done P1. Oi oi, darksmoka! Oi oi, back Diz. How you doing, mate? Yeah, some good driving from all teams there. Like I say, I was just a little bit upset with Scary Biker's move at the end, but it was last lap and all to play for. I'm sure Gamer Dad won't be too upset with that. He might have been if he was right up front. You madman. There you go. Let's see what it says. Yeah. A little bit of controversy in the chat, but nothing too dramatic. But yes, some good racing that I was looking at. P1 boys coming out on top. I'm sure Baggy will update points for me right about now. Bags, post it. Bags, post it. Baggy, post it. It's too late. So yeah, we'll just wait for Bags to pop up the official results. But it is looking very comfortable for the P1 boys, taking clean sweep in race, well, almost a clean sweep in race 1 until pretty much final lap. Was it Dante to sneak through or D Roberts to sneak through and take 6th or something? And yeah, some good racing from the P1 boys again in race 2. They all had to start from the back of the pack. They all pretty much got themselves to the front of the pack. Not far off anyway. Cheers, Chris. Right, let's have a look. Well done everyone from Scoobs. Yep, Baggy Snails, Radio. So P1RC gaining 236 points. Racing Rivals, unfortunately, only 107 points. But yeah, still some good racing. There you go, just popping it up in the PlayStation chat there as well. Yeah, it does look like the majority of drivers enjoyed that. Perhaps the Racing Rival guys not quite expecting the P1 boys to be so fast. No problem, Bags, no problem. Yeah, big shout out to Rival Racing for stepping up to the plate. No problem, Raoul, no problem at all. Let's think what's coming up next. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, back with the P1 boys for their N300 League. That is the 90s Classic Reg GT Special. So it's all the WRXs, SDIs, R32s, 180SXs, things like that, all ripping around the track. 2 races tomorrow night. That's at 9 o'clock kickoff. And then Monday night, 8:30 for Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup. Again, that's always good racing there. Wednesday night, 8:30. Yeah, cheers, Raoul. Wednesday at 8:30, we've got the Team versus Team GR3 event. Thursday, we're back with the P1 boys for the Mustang GR3 League. And then back Sunday night for the next round of the N300s. So yeah, N300's 9 o'clock tomorrow, Minis at 8:30 Monday, Team versus Team GR3 8:30 on Wednesday, Mustangs on 9 o'clock on Thursday, and then yeah, back for next Sunday. That's my lineup. No problem, Speed Freak, no problem. I don't know where to post this. If I'll stick it up on the P1 group chat, and I'm sure they're in a chat with you, and they can get it over to your side of the team, etc., etc. Unless you boys are already subscribed, and then you can find it your bloody self. How about that? No problem, Gamer Dad. No problem at all. Great stuff, Paul. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, some good racing in that one. So yes, that's subscribed. There you go. I don't need to tell you where it is. That's pretty much it from me. You know what's coming up over the next week or so. I am at Donington tomorrow. Get your asses there. I've got some stickers left to give out. So yeah, myself, Pav, CJW Racing, MRC Bobby, we'll all be there. A couple of my mates and maybe my lad as well. So come and check it out. Donington for the GR3s tomorrow with Donny. I can't wait. Other than that, I hope you've liked what you've watched. Give it a like, give it a subscribe. You know what's coming. Tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's darksmoka. I'm out of here.